Hello everybody and welcome back to yet another video. On this episode we're heading to King Ash Bay in the NT for a fish on a houseboat. This will be a blast. This is a first for us, but we are excited. The meth tinny has come along for a trip and Borroloola will be the nearest town to where we are. Kick back and hope you enjoy. It is approximately a 2.5 hour trip to our desired destination. So having said that, there was a few captains along the way. Unfortunately, one of our temporary captains happened to accidentally land us on a sandbar and a half while steering this beast. Now because the tide was going out, we were left sort of high and dry, so we decided to take this time to go and catch some bait for future fishing. Baby Barra, bass guitar. Now the following morning, as the tide came in, we had one chance to get this 25-ton beast off the sandbar. So we actually dragged the anchor out into the channel and used the anchor to help us slowly jog the boat back into the channel as the tide came in. Now once we got off this sandbar finally, we had a couple of beers to recuperate and headed on course to our fishing spot. Well, we finally made our fishing spot and the first fish we pulled up was a queenfish.
Fin hole, son.
That's what we want.
Nah, it's a queenie. It's a queenie.
Nice fish. That's cool.
Hang on, I'll get a photo.
Hey, nice fish too.
That grape is there, look. Holy! Oh!
Unfortunately, the holiday on the houseboat was over, so we packed up and headed back to King Ash Bay.
Well, the houseboat experience was a blast. However, now we're on solid ground, navigating Hell's Gate Road, and it certainly lives up to its name. Except the road part, that's probably stretching the truth a bit. We went from casually checking our cargo, just to making sure the wheels were still on. Thankfully, the meth tinny took the beating it was made for.
Being the end of our trip, we pulled in at a mate's place and let a few clays go and a few rounds off.
Oh, Dot. Wait,
Yep.
Dot.
That concludes this episode. We did make it home safely after losing a cowling, some mudguards and a few other minor things on the trailer. We hope to see you on the next one and we appreciate your viewing. Take it easy, Jemisin's Unhinged.